vehicles. And throughout the time, if you see, she has been the person who has come up with newer things. And it's so apt that I came to know her through apoptosis, because only when you shed old leaves does the plant or the tree get a new foliage. And that's exactly the story that Madam Munkur has perpetuated. When we first heard of DSM 4, it was through Nandini Munkur ma'am. When we heard of DSM 5, it was again Nandini Munkur ma'am. We heard about GARS and CARS, Nandini Munkur ma'am. We heard about ADOS ADI, Nandini Munkur ma'am. अगर इंडिया में कोई ट्रेनिंग कर रहा है ADOS ADI, Nandini Munkur ma'am. उसके बाद when all of us were just grappling with internet and trying to find out our cursor and how the mouse moves it, she already got in touch with some IITian and started the first online program in India called Todd's Guide. And in all that she does, the amount of infectious happiness and enthusiasm that she brings is completely childlike innocence and the passion with which she does her work. And over the last few years, what I have seen again, like I said, I'm a student, so choti muh badi baat. But what I've seen is gradually across the years, she has left the Americans and the Canadians behind, and she has evolved her own programs, which are so much in tune with Indian situation. And if you see today, the entire aspect, we saying preschool years. Well, we all know that humans evolved from apes over 6 million years. Evolution has taken place. I promise you, school is only 100-year event, at the most 200. But in India, to have become pervasive, 50 years. So if you minus 50 from 6 million years, those many years, human evolution did not know or care about schools. So it's a very, very, very recent phenomenon. It's a blink of an eye. But today, somehow, school has become so important that we have started ignoring everything else that comes before academics. And I'm so thrilled and happy that this great lady, Nandini Munkur, has been the person who has led this charge that no, we must not only equate child development or child with academics. It is his earlier learning, earlier development, early childhood development that sets the child's success, because success depends on behavior, not academics. And this is what we are absolutely proud and thrilled to have known Madam, and Madam learned from you to establish in India, from you and Dr. MKC, how to establish Indian methods for our Indians, for our country. And for this, I salute you. And it's one of the greatest honors of my life that I've been called in an event as a chief guest where you are going to give a talk. So thank you so much to IIP Karnataka, Dr. Marpalli sir, Dr. Sumita ji, Dr. Kushal ji, of course, my dear friends, Fadke as well as Priya ji, everybody else, Raghu ji, all of you are here. And thanks a lot. And I'm really very grateful for this honor, which I shall remember all my life, that I had the honor and pleasure to be part of a program where Nandini ma'am was speaking. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, Sumita, 1 minute. Actually, I worked with her from the beginning of my career in Bangalore. I know Dr. Nandini Munkor, how well she is a dedicated lady. Actually, I want to tell many things, but I didn't want to tell it. I wanted from the horse mouth, that is Samir. So whatever Samir told exactly fits into her. I'm really proud of her, and also Samir for having told those things. So nice of you, Samir. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Madam,
you. Thank you.
Just one last word. Yes. The best of music, the best of singing, composing poetry, and dancing. I forgot to mention all this, but I enjoy all this with her every time when we meet. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was eloquence personified, Dr. Samir. Thank you so much. I think you have really aptly described Dr. Nandini in such wonderful words. So thank you so much once again for इस शाम की शोभा बढ़ाने के लिए बहुत 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 धन्यवाद आपको. Thank you so much, Dr. Samir. And yes, if you would stay with us, we'll really be thrilled to hear your inputs. But if you, as you said, you have some other commitments, thank you once again for being with us for this time. Thank you. I now hand over to Dr. Pooja, our beautiful MC for this evening. Dr. Pooja, please go ahead, introduce Nandini Munkur ma'am officially, and then we will be waiting to listen to her. Thank you.
Please unmute yourself.
Unmute Pooja. Pooja, you are muted.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. It's now my privilege to introduce our today's speaker for this session, Dr. Nandini Mundukar, ma'am. She is a renowned developmental pediatrician from Bengaluru with over 30 years of vast experience in developmental pediatrics, founder and CEO of the Center of the Child Development and Disabilities, and she has extensively contributed in research, publications, and capacity building in developmental pediatrics. Ma'am, we are truly honored to have you with us today, ma'am, and eagerly we look forward to learn from your vast experience. A very, very warm welcome to you, ma'am. Thank you for joining this session, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Sameer. You are very generous, coming from such a handsome man. And, I am so thrilled, Well, dancing with you is always a pleasure. I look forward to it.
We welcome Dr. Kasi,
So,
sir, our
great. I want to
mentor.
say a
Yes.
great colleague, a very nice person to know. And actually, it's my privilege that I know you so well. And thank you so much. And not only him, his mentor Rashid was my very good friend. And it is, been a long association of understanding and knowing Sameer. Thank you so much. So I'll start my presentation today. I'll share my screen.
A warm welcome to Kasi, sir, Dr. Abhishek Phadke, our State Treasurer.
What's happened to this screen share?
Dr. Giri and Nagesh also.
Now, what's happened to my screen share?
Ma'am, go to
okay,
more,
ma'am. Take
ma'am.
your time, madam. Take it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I did share.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Go
Yes.
to slideshow, madam. Go to slideshow.
Wait, share has come.
Slideshow. It's already shared, madam. We are seeing it.
Where is the
Go to the slideshow. Yeah.
Where is that? On the top.
There only. Home, insert, design, transition, animation, slideshow. There, upper only. Animation, then the slideshow.
Where is animation? There's animation.
Same one.
Control, side.
Then the slideshow record like that, that line is there,
Layout. Oh God, shit. I should have been more careful.
Ma'am, the top line.
Top line.
Top line. Home, insert. Yeah. Yes. That one.
That
slide.
share. After share comes pause.
It is already shared, madam. You have to go to the slideshow. That's all.
Where in the slideshow? Where in the hell is that?
There only, madam. Home. You are seeing that home button, insert, design. Are you seeing on the upper side?
I can't see any.
Upper.
हाँ, view edit window help है. उसके बाद कहाँ है यार?
Are you okay?
Sharing is paused. Why?
Okay. Okay, you just move it like that only, man. It is okay.
What is move it like? I can't even get.
That activate that. You have to click that.
Okay,
don't do that one. Don't do that one.
Okay. Yeah. Now it's there. Is it? Can you see it?
Yeah, ma'am. We are able to see the screen.
Okay. Should I start the presentation? Okay. I want to thank you all very much for giving this opportunity to present this topic, which is very dear to me, the foundation years for school resilience building and learning. Why is so important? Well, I have to say that, if you were to ask to invest money in your lifetime, do it below 5 years of age. The WHO says for every $1 we invest, we get $15 or $18 return. Nobody, not even Elon Musk, is going to do to you. So imagine if all the children in this country below 5 years, we invested $1 and got $20 in return, how rich we would be. This is the value and importance of this 5 years of life and this important of this age. For some time now, the Academy has, I think, I don't know why it's coming twice over. Is it okay?
Madam, can you forward that PPT to my WhatsApp?
Sakshi, will you share it? Sakshi, will you share the PPT?
Yeah, you stop sharing, but then she will do. Sakshi will do then.
Okay, I'll stop sharing.
Yeah, Sakshi will do.
You share it.
Yeah, yes, Sakshi, you do it.
Yeah, you share it.
Yeah.
So I just want to say that, that Academy has really realized that the first 1,000 days are very, very important. Of course, I mean, and actually the current president also started nurturing neurostimulation. All that is a wonderful program. But I want to say, once the first 5 years is, the first 5 years are very, very important. I think it's echoing.
Sakshi, can you forward that to me, that PPT? No, you click on that your file. Yeah, correct.
It's perfect now.
Madam, we can speak, Madam Nandini. Nandini, madam. Please unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Okay. So what the first 5 years are so important in life that why is it echoing so much?
I will tell. Nandini,
I will tell.
Sakshi,
Nandini, I will tell. Sakshi,
in the Windows section, you unmute.
in the Windows section, you unmute, you mute yourself.
Stop.
Then the echo will stop.
Because you have shared your window.
Because you have shared your window, so it will be double thing.
So let's see. So what the importance is that we are. Okay. Yeah. So now, thank you so much. So now, thank you so much.
No, it is still echoing, Sakshi.
It is still echoing, Sakshi. You have to
mute
mute yourself
there from your windows. Or you forward the thing to me.
Or you forward the thing to me. I will do that one.
So understanding.
Dr. Munkur ma'am, by any chance, do you have device? By any chance, do you have device? Do you have two devices, Nandini ma'am? Do you have two devices, Nandini ma'am?
No, I don't have any other device.
Dr. Ravishankara, can I suggest something?
Ravishankara,
can I suggest something?
Yeah.
The
tell me.
host, please mute everybody.
Yeah, tell me.
Just please mute everybody. Just mute everybody. And only Nandini ma'am, let her unmute.
Madam, unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Madam, unmute yourself.
Yes, I have.
No, still it is.
Okay. Yes, I have.
No, still it is.
Okay. Can I go ahead now? Can I talk? Okay. So let's. What do I do?
What do I do?
There's so much of lag also,
There's
no?
so much of lag also, no?
I'm so sorry for
I'm
this.
so sorry for this.
I thought I had done a good
I
job of
thought I had done a good job of
I can actually even talk
I
without.
can actually even talk without.
Let me just talk to Shakshi and
Let
see.
me just talk to Shakshi and see.
Sakshi, project the slides and
Sakshi, project the slides and right.
yeah, just keep moving the slides.
Yeah, just keep moving the slides. Go.
And you unmute yourself.
And you unmute yourself.
Okay, is that okay now?
Okay, is that okay now?
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
Okay,
Okay,
there's something.
there's something.
Okay,
Okay,
you mute yourself.
you mute yourself.
Unmute the slides.
Unmute the slides.
Okay, so let's go ahead. Yeah,
Okay, so let's go ahead. Yeah, that's
okay. So we are going to talk about
okay. So we are going to talk about this side,
child development, theories
child
of
development, theories of
preschool understanding,
preschool understanding,
and
strategy, and
conclude. So let's start.
conclude. So let's start.
So in the child
So
development, there
in the
is this
child
model.
development, there is model.
What is wrong, Ravi?
What is wrong, Ravi?
She is muted
She is muted
and the slides are
and the
moving.
slides are moving.
What is wrong in this
What is
presentation?
wrong in this presentation?
Yeah, yeah.
Dr. Ravi,
Yeah.
Dr.
What's
Ravi, as a last resort,
as a
all
last
of us
resort? All of us
we stop the
will be
presentation and
stop the
restart
presentation and
the
restart
Zoom meeting and
the
restart the
Zoom
Zoom
meeting
meeting
and
with the
restart the
Zoom
Zoom
meeting.
meeting with the
As
Zoom
a
meeting.
last resort, if that's
As a
okay.
last resort, if that's okay.
Is it okay now?
Is it okay now?
No.
No.
Stop sharing. I have got the file.
Stop sharing.
I will do it.
I got
Stop
the
sharing.
file.
I will do
I
it.
will do it. Stop sharing. I will do it.
I'll continue to talk.
Yeah, you please continue to talk, madam.
Yeah. So what is important for us to understand is man is a social animal. Through the evolution, when you find out, which I'll add beautiful slides to show you on that, that when we look into evolution, what has come to us is we have gone ahead a lot in cognition, but man being a social animal is continues to have only built social relationship. Unless we have social relationship, we are not going to be successful as a man. So let me take you back to why we understand this from the Samaroff model is the child is seen not alone, but in the environment in which it is. That means his parents and his surroundings. That makes the child. That makes the child grow. We have genetics, we inherit a temperament, but that's epigenetics which makes us what we are in life. That means it influences our development. Are you showing the slides, Ravi? And that
Yeah, 1 minute, madam. It's just downloading. Just wait.
okay, so you can go ahead. So what is important? Let me talk to you on evolution. You know what, the evolution starts with this caveman. Very interesting till he says a caveman was the most stupid creature on this earth. You know, we had a deer which could run and save its life. We had a tiger which could gnaw and kill you. Even we had a python which could sting and kill you. The man was called meat on feet. He had nothing. He could neither run and save his life, nor could he sting, nor could he. And he was just so vulnerable to these animals. Till his brain grew and he realized that we have to live in groups. Unless we are in groups, I cannot survive. And that's how they had in groups. Then they gave roles like you be the hunter, you look after the family, you produce. And from four, it grew into family, family grew into nations, and it became international, and we became a huge nation. At that, the man became his own enemy because He then got so jealous. We divide ourselves on caste, creed, religion, place, and so we kill our own selves, which nobody else in the kingdom does except man himself. So what happened as he evolved and evolved, cognitively, he went very, very fast. Today, you have AI, you're dictating, and you're producing. He's trying to conquer his own mind. That much is advancements in intelligence. But what happens emotionally, he's so behind that he cannot. He succumbs for all his, he succumbs to his emotions when he gives in. So this evolution being one of the things, more so after 216, after coming in of the international, after internet, and then we have the coming in of the cell phones, he has isolated himself so much that he has gone into the mental disorders which you are seeing today is your own making of not emotionally, keep going, yeah. The Samaroff model, and this, yeah, maybe this is where I was, to say he's isolated himself, he's highly evolved cognitively. Can you push it up a little bit? I cannot read is it on full screen for you?
It is a full screen, madam.
Okay. Okay, huh. So he has gone so much advanced that he has isolated himself and he's glued onto his phone, which is not giving him all your mental disorders is our own making from the evolution of mankind. That's the first theory. The second theory is if you look into the brain, we have the right and the left brain. This is the right brain is the one which is intuitive, which is the autographic memory. It gives you emotions, it gives you visual spatial, and it comes first. And the left brain is linear, logical. It comes much later, and language. Both these are connected to the corpus callosum, which does a great job, and your brain is also connected to the body, which is through down to the spinal cord and to the vagus nerve, you are connected. This is very, very experienced. Why? Because the right brain, let me just go to the previous page. I want to see the attachment experiences, which shapes the brain's capacity to build bond and human being comes from the right brain. This is the Alan Shore's theory. Alan Shore is a great scientist who is, after the genome opened up, you have to read Alan Shore to understand the value of the right brain. Next slide. Now, next slide. Can you go to the next slide? Now, when you see the brain of the child, we see there are three things which is happening. The brain of the child is wired to believe. Now, there are three things which happens. One is what we talked about, the evolution. Now we're going to talk about the attachment. When a baby is born, it comes with the full 84 million neurons, which we all have, but it's very, very vulnerable. It comes with one thing, that it comes with the belief that I will be kept safe, secure, soothed, and seen by the caregiver who looks after me. This, it comes to believe that I will be taken care of. I'm vulnerable. I can't do a damn thing. But this secured attachment, how does it form? The child cries, you give milk. A child says, I am hungry, you feed it. When he needs a diaper change, and it's looked after. Taken care of. The baby says, oh, here is this world which is so beautiful. Now, what happens when our child's needs are not met? It goes to believe that I think I am alone in this world. There's nobody to take care of me. Sometimes, like it's called the ambivalent attachment, sometimes the mother says, we used to have a theory, let the baby cry. That's a very wrong thing. The nervous system goes to believe, the brain goes to believe, I'm not cared of. And what happens to the child is, in a very short to say, it blames itself for its inadequacies and not the caregiver. It says, I am not capable of being loved. And that's a very, very sad thing, which persists on our self-esteem and our confidence as we keep growing it. Now, how does the baby understand? It doesn't understand one word of what you do. This is the first 1,000 days. It's through your facial expression, your tone of your voice, and that's what communicates it. A little bit more. Well, let me go through. So the first 2 years forms the attachment. If this attachment is not good, you're coming with a very vulnerable brain. The third part of the brain is so important. It's called the inverted triangle, We have the lowermost part of the brain which causes self-regulation. All of you know the brainstem, heartbeat, this, the breathing occurs. The second part is the limbic system which regulates your emotion. And the third part is the reasoning, cognitive, prefrontal cortex, which doesn't even start to develop before 3 years, goes on till 24 years. So most of your preschool children are acting from your limbic system and deregulating. Now, what happens to this emotion brain is when you're emotionally so upset, it'll go and affect your body and doesn't go to your cognition to act. Why would an 8-year-old child commit a suicide? Imagine. His body is so vulnerable that just goes and he doesn't think. If he haven't took 1 minute to think, may not have done it. So that being the next slide, that being the second part for you to realize that the mind and body are connected. The mind is only gives you the feeling. It gives you the feeling, but it's the body which connects you. For example, your breathing. Where do you breathe? From your brainstem. When you think of your words, a temporal lobe, it gives you language, but what speaks is your mouth. And what gives your frontal lobe, your thinking. But what does your body gives you the decision making, all your expressions, everything. The body keeps a score. There's a beautiful book by Dr. Cole. It says the body keeps a score. When you're angry, how do I know you're angry? The word is in the mouth. By your hand, your expression, your eyes, how do I know your anxiety? Your heart is beating, your feet is cold. I can see your face. And that's how. And that's why every human being today needs to decipher and
Utraju,
another human
I know.
connection. And that's what is the body. If your body does everything, that is why super connection about human being is so important for a child as well. Next slide. Having understood the body mind connections, we also can you move the slide? Next slide. Ravi, the next slide.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Very
Sure, madam.
simple connection of this. We explained this hand model of the brain, Dan Siegel's, even to a 5-year-old. What we do is, this is your model. This is the brainstem. This is your limbic system. This is the prefrontal cortex, which folds onto the limbic system, the medial frontal cortex, and that keeps you there. This is how your hand model of the brain is. When emotional brains takes over, you disconnect your prefrontal cortex, and that's called flipping the lid, as he calls it, and you no longer have the connection. Your limbic system takes over, and on an emotional rage, when you do anything, it's not through your thinking brain. And this is so important. And we teach this even to our 5-year-old kids. Next slide, for them to understand why they flip the lid. So I'm going to give you today, this is third part. So we talked about the right-left brain connection to the brain, to the body. It is called interoception, that the mind controls the body. The right and left brain comes to each other. The left comes a little later, but it's much more logic. It controls the light, but the right takes the emotion and has the upper hand. We talked about evolution, how man has isolated himself, but he's a teacher. Now let's look at a child's schedule in our country, and you'll understand why I'm talking about this. He gets up in the morning, he has to quickly have a bath, get ready, go to school, come back, then he comes and has some lunch, then maybe his mother sends him to tuitions, which are very great. Even our 5 years old go to tuition, comes back home, gets a little time maybe to do some homework, then has screen time, sleeps. The whole day we think, what is the schedule? You all think it's a good schedule to keep a child hectically, kept all the time? Like this.
Class.
So next slide. You
No,
got to
it's
understand what is this
school
disease
teacher.
like. Next slide. Can you play the next?
No, teacher.
Yeah, can you play the next? Can you go to play the next video for this? I'm going to introduce you to something called the default mode network. This occupies 20% of our mind. It's called the wandering mind. That is, it's the mind which keeps you reminding you of your past. It plans your future. It tells you what is mental downtime need. Why is this so important? Can you play the video? Next video?
Where is the video? Okay.
Just play it. Can you play? I can't hear the volume. Can you all hear? Okay, Ravi, volume is not there.
I can hear, madam.
No, I don't know why. No, no volume. It's an
No
amazing.
volume, huh?
No. Just see why volume is not coming.
Not here? Yeah, I don't know why it is not there.
Volume is not playing.
I gave the volume, madam. Let me see once again.
Just check. Is it coming now? No. There is no volume.
Yeah, let me see, madam. Coming now? No. Yeah,
Is your volume not playing?
I'm trying.
Okay, the default network is the one which keeps account. It was very accidentally found that when they found that.
I don't know why volume is not there.
What do you mean? We played it, we checked it. Sakshi, can you play it?
Because I give full volume both in my laptop also and this one also.
Sakshi, can you play the video? No. The default network was found by neuroimaging, which was being done, and they found that when they gave a lot of work to the brain, when they stopped, they gave that the brain still continued to have a lot of background. So they said this was very amazing. They called it the dark energy. What they meant by the dark energy was, why is when the brain is resting, they found there's only 5% less than when it is active. And then they found that the network, which is very important, is even when the brain is off, that it did not stop.
They said this was very amazing. They called it the dark energy. What they meant by the dark energy was, what is when the brain is resting, they found 5% less than what it is. And then they found that the network which is
No, stop it. Stop it.
Right now, you are listening to my voice. Your eyes are scanning these words, your muscles are holding your posture, and your brain is actively processing this information. But imagine for a second that you stop. You turn off your phone. You close your eyes. You sit in a completely dark, silent room, and you do absolutely nothing. You aren't planning your day. You aren't scrolling. You aren't even intentionally thinking. You are trying to give your brain a complete break. We assume that when we stop working, our brain stops working too. We think of it like a computer. If you close the apps, the processor cools down. But science has just discovered that when you do absolutely nothing, your brain does the exact opposite. The moment you switch off, a hidden, massive neural network inside your head violently lights up. It turns out your brain is never more active, never more power hungry, and never more mysterious than when you are doing completely, utterly nothing. Let's start with a mistake. For nearly a century, neuroscientists believed that the brain operated on a simple supply and demand chain. If you solve a math problem, the brain turns on. If you rest, it turns off. To measure this, scientists in the 20th century used early neuroimaging. They would put a volunteer in a scanner, ask them to memorize a list of words, and record the brain activity. Then, as a baseline control, they would tell the volunteer, okay, now just rest. Clear your mind, do nothing. They expected to see the brain waves drop to a quiet baseline, but every single time the data came back messy. The scanner showed massive, unexplainable spikes of energy all over the brain during the rest period. For decades, scientists literally threw this data in the trash. They called it background noise. They assumed the volunteers were just breaking the rules. Maybe they were secretly worrying about their taxes or thinking about dinner. They thought the noise was a glitch. They were wrong. In 2001, a neuroscientist named Dr. Marcus Rachel at the Washington University School of Medicine decided to look directly into that trash can of data. He wanted to see exactly how much energy the brain loses when a person stops doing tasks. What he found shocked the entire scientific community. When you sit in a dark room and do nothing, your brain's energy consumption drops by a measly, pathetic 5%. The remaining 95% of its massive energy budget is still being burned at an insane rate. Your brain, which is just 2% of your body weight, but consumes 20% of your energy, refuses to cool down. Rachel realized that the background noise wasn't random at all. It was highly organized. It was a massive, interconnected system of brain regions firing in perfect synchronization. He gave this hidden system a name that is now famous in neuroscience: the default mode network, or the DMN, the dark energy of the brain. Think of your brain like a megacity. When you are working, writing, or talking, the city turns on its bright streetlights in one specific neighborhood. But the moment you do nothing, the streetlights turn off, and the entire underground power grid of the city suddenly surges with millions of volts of dark energy. Default mode network is the brain's background software, and it is incredibly hungry. But what is it actually doing while you are just staring at a wall? The answer is something that defines who you are as a human being. DMN is essentially a time machine. When you do nothing, your brain immediately disconnects from the present physical world. It stops looking at the room around you. Instead, it enters a phase called stimulus-independent thought, or what we commonly call daydreaming. But your daydreams aren't random noise. In 2007, a Harvard psychologist named Dr. Malia Mason published a study proving that the default mode network is actively conducting 3 highly complex processes while you rest. First, it runs the autobiographical timeline. The DMN actively... Right now, you are listening to my voice. Your eyes are scanning these interconnected systems. Brain's background software, and it is incredibly hungry. But what is it actually doing while you are just staring at a wall? The answer is something that defines who you are as a human being. DMN is essentially a time machine. When you do nothing, your brain immediately disconnects from the present physical world. It stops looking at the room around you. Instead, it enters a phase called stimulus-independent thought, or what we commonly call daydreaming. But your daydreams aren't random noise. In 2007, a Harvard psychologist named Dr. Malia Mason published a study proving that the default mode network is actively conducting 3 highly complex processes while you rest. First, it runs the autobiographical timeline. The DMN actively crawls through your past. It takes random memories from a Tuesday afternoon 5 years ago, combines them with something someone said to you yesterday, and stitches them together into a coherent narrative. It is literally constructing the story of you. Without this constant background processing, your sense of identity would crumble. Second, it runs social simulation. When you are doing nothing, your DMN starts simulating conversations. You replay a fight you had with your boss. You imagine what your friend meant by that weird look they gave you. The DMN activates the exact same brain regions used to read other people's minds and emotions. It is a social simulator, constantly trying to predict how to navigate your human relationships. And third, it runs perspective taking. It looks at the future. It imagines scenarios that haven't happened yet. What if I lose my job? What if I move to a new city? In other words, when you force your body to do nothing, your brain uses that exact window to build your past, simulate your present relationships, and map out your future. But here's where the science takes a darker, more troubling turn. Because we live in a world where doing nothing has been completely eradicated. Think about your daily life. For 300,000 years of human history, doing nothing was a forced reality. If you were waiting for a friend, you stood there and stared at the trees. If you were traveling on a cart, you looked at the horizon. If you woke up in the middle of the night, you lay in the dark and thought. Today, we have eradicated those empty spaces. The moment you face a single microsecond of boredom, while waiting in line, sitting on the toilet, or riding an elevator, you reach into your pocket, pull out a glass slab, and you flood your brain with external stimuli. TikTok, Instagram, emails, news. You think you are relaxing. You think that scrolling through social media is doing nothing. But neuroscience proves that the exact opposite is happening. The moment you look at a...
Yeah. So that is the problem. So that is the problem. We have stopped understanding. We have stopped understanding on this. Our DMN has stopped working. Our DMN has stopped working. So when the child is put to that, bridge.
Is it correct? This slide is correct? Is it correct? This slide is correct?
Yeah, the slide is fine, but yeah, now it's okay.
Yeah, the slide is fine, but yeah, now it's okay.
You mute your so when you
mute your so when you are tied
to that routine,
he
has no DMN. So the child is
constantly stressed.
And that is the reason
for
the child's anxiety and
so many.
Above this, what is happening? Again, is echoing.
Back.
Huh?
It's echoing.
It's echoing.
So what is happening is, so we are again putting the child. So what does the child need to learn? Boredom. When the child doesn't have a single free time to play, it's not going to learn in school again. So you can imagine how much of things we're killing in our preschool by having that kind of a routine. And is it not we as pediatricians to educate them? The third important thing you all know is neuroplasticity, which is maximum in the first 5 years of life. So neuroplasticity is what, you know what the next slide, you can go to the next slide. So neuroplasticity, you should know a good neuroplasticity, you can upgrade or downgrade your neuroplasticity. If you degrades with low physical energy, chronic stress, poor sleep quality, and this is what our children are undergoing in the present time. All the time, mobile is given earlier. The parents think they should go to this class, that class, come back, and there is no physical time, no energy, no sleep. And how is it going to learn new skills? You may provide higher education, you may provide everything, but your child has lost it in preschool. Why is our quality of our human being not so good in India? Because we have lost it right there. Next slide. I wanted to emphasize on this. Next slide. Go to the next slide. So the time is ticking away. Why? Because the first thing before 5 years, you learn everything which you want for your lifetime. And that is what happens in the development is sensory and social connections come first before cognition. Our school starts with ABCD 1, 2, 3, 4, even before realizing the child is not capable of learning. Before that, it needs that energy to stabilize its emotion, even to pay. So this is what we can do. Give confidence to the child is not happening. Next slide. Go to the next slide. So the preschool is very critical window period for learning social communication. While I talk about serve and return and communicate with non-verbal communication, which goes on to communication. Next slide. So the understanding emotion and behavior is a big thing. So this is another beautiful video. I'll just started after 1 minute if you can. The upstairs and the downstairs brain, which is why I'm showing all this, because this is what you have to tell your parents to do all the time. Can you play the volume? Volume is not there again.
Volume is not there, huh?
No. Okay, play. Okay, go play the video. I'll play it. I'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that the upstairs, downstairs.
What happened, madam? What happened, madam?
Now stay.
Huh?
Playing. Yeah, play it.
Which one?
Just get it. You can pause forward a little bit for 1 minute.
Your brain is powerful and strong. It helps you remember that 2 + 2 = 4, makes you blink and breathe without even thinking,
Yes,
and
Madam.
even helps you
Yes,
play
madam.
your favorite video games.
Huh.
But it's so much more than that, too. Your brain has 3 main parts: the cerebrum, the cerebellum, and the brainstem. It also has 2 sides, a left and a right, 4 lobes, the frontal, parietal, temporal, and occipital. And then each of these lobes can be broken down even more into areas that have specific jobs. Yowza, that's a lot of pieces. Let's see if we can make it a bit easier to understand.
Okay.
You can think of your brain kind of like a 2-story house. In this house, there's an upstairs and a downstairs. The upstairs and downstairs brains both have very important jobs. Your downstairs brain's job is to keep you safe. It is responsible for things like breathing, super strong emotions like anger and fear, and watching out for danger. The upstairs brain's job is to help you think. Yep, that's right. Its job is to help you problem solve, learn, and make good decisions. A house wouldn't be a home without people inside, right? Your brain has some characters.
Yeah, you've stopped it.
Yeah.
You don't want to play it. It's a good video anyway.
You don't want to play it. It's a good video anyway.
In it that play a really important.
What it wants to tell you is that downstairs brain is what. The downstairs brain is a
survival brain.
Yeah. Okay. It give you fight, flight of
mode.
role in what you're thinking, feeling, and doing. Let's talk about the characters in the downstairs brain first. Down here, you have alerting Annie. She lets us know if there's danger nearby. Angry Albert. He responds really quickly with, you guessed it, anger. And frightened Fred. He's pretty much scared of everything, but it's because he wants to keep us safe. Then there's the boss. This is Big Boss Bob. His job is to take information from Albert, Annie, and Fred and react. There is no thinking involved. He just listens to them, and if they say danger is nearby, he acts super fast. Bob does this in 3 different ways: fight, flight, or freeze. Your upstairs brain has some characters in it too. Up here, you have problem-solving Patty. She helps recognize problems and come up with solutions. Calming Carl. His job is to help us calm down when we're upset. Flexible Felix. He allows us to go with the flow. And focusing Frank. He allows us to pay attention and learn. All of these characters don't act super fast. It takes time for them to stop and think before doing anything. Any house with an upstairs and downstairs has a staircase that connects them, right? So does your brain house. We need both the upstairs and downstairs brains to work together. When the brain's staircase is built and strong, our characters can move up and down the staircase to share information. This allows the upstairs brain to try and make sense of strong emotions from Albert, Annie, and Fred, and try to figure out how to help. But it's not always that easy. You see, even though your downstairs brain is done.
So when you're disconnected from your, you will not be able to. Yeah. So understanding what is important is you have to make your child understand that you have to be in a very, what we call is a zone of connection. That means for your child to learn, it should be in the green zone, happy, proud. If it is frustrated, if it's excited, this is all the downstairs brain. Worst is when they're angry, panic. Blue is when he's zoned out. Now, this is what we put it up for you in your clinics to tell your parents that your child has to be in this zone to learn. Whereas if you're older children, you can give the same thing as what we call as emotional thermometer. Your child is very, very important for you to understand. It's not when a child goes hungry to school, not sleepy to school, he is not in a green zone to learn. So that is very important. And if you have 25 children to one teacher, it cannot connect, how will this child learn? Next slide. I'm so sorry for this presentation, this is a polyvagal theory which talks about how the dorsal vagus, which is very important to calm, is connected to the emotional brain. And if that breaks down, you cannot have any kind of control, and the child will have all his meltdowns and stuff like that. Next slide. While it's important for you to understand when we say the brain starts to develop only from 3.5 years, the prefrontal cortex. So who's regulating the brain? We. The co-regulator are the parents, the teachers, and all the older people. If they are not able to regulate, the child cannot learn. So what should the co-regulator do? Next slide will tell you that co-regulator has to be in a green zone himself. He has to be calm, he has to be connected, he has to belong to the child to learn. If he is in this mood of anger, yelling, hitting, beating, and this kind of thing, he is not going to help, because the child cannot think. And this is what is constantly happening in our society. Abuse, hitting, beating, punishment, harsh words. All this, the parents are indulging in, thinking that they are helping the child, but unfortunately, this child is not learning. So you have to be in your green zone, you have to be regulated, you have to be calm, you have to be connected to the child. Next slide. Next slide. So, what are the common behaviors problems you see? Temper tantrums, aggressions, defiance, hyperactivity, impulsivity, sleep issues, anxiety, social withdrawal, and inattention, not able to focus. These are the common problems you see in the preschool children. Next slide. So when you see these children, you have to understand when this child is showing, it's only the tip of the iceberg you're seeing. Underneath that, The child may be fearful, it's having either it's have sensory issue, it can have so many issues which it's undergoing, angry, hungry, sleepy. Not. So these factors, if you cannot handle, you cannot handle that anger, which is only the tip of the iceberg. Next slide. This is a very important thing to tell you. Why is it the child? Can you play this video? Some videos are very nice. You have to show them that we're coming to almost to the end of the talk. The impact of the 8 impact which we constantly do on our children. Can you play the volume? Volume is not coming. The eight impactful thing which we do in our children, one is physical abuse, punishment, emotional neglect, not paying attention to them when they're needed. We are so busy, lost in our phone when they come to us for help that we are not connecting with them. And for baby to learn, these traumas are found so it's a cultural transgeneration thing which we are doing of being a very authoritarian society where we believe the child has to learn, has to do what we have to tell them to do is what is causing the trauma. Go to the next. We are not able to play the video. So the trauma which they found is such impactful it has on the child to learn. The rest of we cannot really do justice to learning in school. So we find children which are in very good and very, very adverse childhood experiences which are listed are the cause for our children not learning. Now, this childhood experiences has a ratio. If it's more than 2, your child is in terrible stress. This is a free, you can get this freely on the net. You can check out any child who have any of them, if you see is traumatic, you can do the adverse childhood experiences questionnaires yourself, and that would be able to tell you what your child is undergoing the trauma of learning. Next slide. The strategies is you have to understand the child, you have to prioritize how we are with them rather than expect them to do it. And there's so much of expectations in our children. Instead of eliminating the behavior, but to find out what is the reason for the child not to learn. And that is the most important. Next slide. I finish it. So this is very important. I want you to understand this slide while we are looking at giving children rewards, sanctions, don't do this, punish them, give them. This is all external. For our own self, we have to realize that we, in the process of saying, oh, we are giving back big legacy, we are earning money, we are going to big, all this which is external is for your internal happiness. Your emotions are within you, you're regulated. This is a brilliant philosophy of the Indian philosophy, your God is within you, we say. We look inwards to see your happiness, but we look for all external factors. And even in the children, instead of telling them your efforts are more important than what you're achieving, this has a very powerful impact because we children in our country associate love with achievement. Why while the NEET, suicide and all you are talking about is big thing, but it is the parents who think, if they believe that right from 5-6 years old, you have to become a doctor, you have to become an engineer, you have to take this exam, you have to do this. So children go to believe that if I've not achieved, I've not made my parents happy. And see, all the suicidal note that the children write is, sorry, Papa, we let you down. Sorry, Mama, we let you down. So this is the impact of our society of regulating achievement with love. And this is as another painful experience of our children who are undergoing in our country. Next slide. So please think about it. So strategies for you to understand this, you should not suppress emotions. For example, a simple example, a child falls down, hurts itself. The parents go, ayo, it's okay, nothing's wrong with you, don't worry, picks it up. The child is having a trauma. He's scared. His heart is beating fast. You have to first connect with the child. Say, it's okay. Recognize the feeling. Unless you recognize the feeling, how are you going to handle it? We never do it in our country. We don't allow our children to express their feelings or give the thought the feeling. And this is why it's all suppressed deep inside and the major cause. So handling, you have to connect with the child, you have to name the feeling, you have to identify with them. And during a meltdown, you can't do anything. You have to wait. And when the child calms down, then only you can regulate it. That is why it is called the name it and then tame it. And then if the child has sensory issues, you have to handle it. Next slide. So this is how we go. This is the cycle of the emotion. Recognize the emotion, list and validate the feeling. Yes, you're upset. I know you're feeling bad. I can see your heart rate. You are having what's going on inside you? How is your body reacting? You can do this even with 3 to 5 years. Help the child to label, Amma, I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling frustrated. I'm angry. So that is very important. Then set limit, and how to problem solve is a big topic by itself, which another day we'll talk about it. Next slide. So some of the things we can do is a simple thing for teaching children to self-regulate is breathing. All the research in Stanford to everything is breathing. And what we learned yoga is nothing. Box breathing, this breathing, side breathing. You teach your children simple breathing, count backwards to calm down, take a break, use what are they capable of using techniques. These are the techniques we use in children to calm them down. We teach them. You have to teach emotional regulation. It doesn't come by itself. Next. So the positive parenting for Gen Z, which is talking so much noise it's making all around, yes, but for its own life with their own children, Gen Z or whatever the earlier generation is, first connect, make eye contact. Powerful touch or your skin connection is most important. Be next to the child. Proximity is important for a young child. Validate their feelings. What are you feeling? How are you feeling? And then correction comes later. That is, you correct, you replace, or you practice whatever you want to do. This is the parenting technique which you have to undergo. Can you go to the next slide? So what our children need is a very fundamental space, unstructured playtime for them to enjoy, adequate sleep, emotional connection, healthy food, movement, and mental space. So just be for the default mode network. This is not happening with our preschool children, and we are encountering a lot of problems in our preschool years. Next, the last video. I want you to play the last one video. So what is it we need? Yeah. Just play this last.
This is the video.
Last video you play.
Is this the one?
Yes. Yes. This summarizes the whole thing.
What if I was to tell you that a game of peekaboo could change the world? Sounds impossible, right? Well, I'm here today to prove it's not. Hi, I'm Molly, and I'm 7, and this is my little friend Ari. Say hi, Ari. Hi. Oh, and this is my neighbour, Amajot. He has to take Ari away now to get ready for our experiment. But don't worry, they'll be back. My talk today is about some powerful things you grown-ups can do that shape us as children and the adults we become. How do I know? Because my parents and people around me did them, early and often. I know not all kids are as lucky. Some of my friends, some kids at my school, and many around the world. And I would really like to help change that. Thanks to scientists, we now know just how important the first 5 years are for our health and development, especially our brains. Ari started learning long before he was even born, from inside his mummy's tummy. When Ari was born, he was tiny and he cried all the time. He was always hungry and he pooped a lot. Now he laughs and giggles and makes funny noises. But those are just the changes we hear and see. There's way more going on inside. So, let's talk more about our brains. The blue bag is the rough size and weight of a healthy baby's brain at birth. The red one is a baby's brain after the first year. It almost doubles in volume. And by my age, it's almost 90% the volume of an adult brain. Our brains develop faster in our early years than at any other time in our lives. It can create up to 1 million neural connections every second. But we need your help. Our healthy development depends on these top 5 things. 1, connecting. 2, talking. 3, playing. 4, a healthy home. 5, community. All of this helps our brains and us reach our full potential. So what's something you can do that can really make a difference? Scientists call it serve and return. That's just a grown-up way of saying connect, talk, and play with us. And here's the really big news. Amajot, Ari, you ready?
Ready?
Copycat games build imagination and empathy.
And
Naming games build vocabulary and attention.
is it Daddy? Ari, Daddy, Ari.
And games like Peekaboo, yep, Peekaboo, actually build memory and trust. Each time you talk to us, play with us, make us laugh, it not only builds and strengthens our relationships and mental health, it actually teaches us some of the most important life skills. From making friends, to taking a test, to getting a job, to one day maybe even starting a family of our own. Interactions early and often matter. Take it from me, the 7-year-old up here, talking about brain science. Okay, now, let's see what happens when the connection is taken away. So now he's trying to get his dad's attention again. He's reaching out like, that was fun, why have you stopped? I know it's important for adults to use their devices sometimes, but kids are hardwired to seek out meaningful connections. Not receiving them causes confusion and stress. Okay, Amajot, please re-engage. Now, what if our whole childhood was like that last 30 seconds? How hard it would be for a child to feel calm, to feel safe, to learn to trust anyone, and the lifelong impact that would have. That makes me feel sad. Ari only reacted the way he did and recovered so quickly because the connection between him and his dad is usually so strong. The positive relationships with the grown-ups in our lives gives kids the confidence we need to try new things, to explore, and be a kid. So please try and remember, the most special period for our development is the first 5 years, starting from inside Mummy's tummy. What's something really impactful you can do? Serve and return. And when? Early and often. Please give it up for Amajot and Ari. together is an opportunity to connect, talk, and play. Imagine the difference we could make if everyone everywhere did this. To us, to children, it's so much more than just a game. It's our future. Thank you. See? Peekaboo really can change the world.
Up the video. So you see what matters most is connecting with it. We as adults shape the first 5 years, and we have a great role to play. Which are we doing justice to our children? As pediatricians, are we responsible? We are supposed to teach the parents this, that value of first 5 years, how important it is for them to understand. If we don't do it, then we have lost that period, never again comes again. There's a very nice saying in our own Tamil, which I belong to, Anjala varadhu, ambadala varadhu, means what you don't learn at 5, you don't learn at 50. And that is so beautifully, every of my videos were very nice to show you all the trauma which we put into our children. Please, 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 my request to the pediatrician is, take this emotional resilience building very seriously. It is together we make a difference when it matters the most, which is the first 5 years of life. I'm extremely sorry for this very haphazard presentation. Thanks, Ravi, for helping me out on that. And thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am, for that amazing, power-packed, information-loaded presentation. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Dr. Ravishankar?
Yeah. Nagesh, anything you want to tell? You're watching so intensely and everything like that. And any comments, Nagesh?
It's an amazing presentation, Ravi. Oh God,
Yeah.
I could see the passion in Dr. Nandini's presentation. Thank you very much, madam. I think we should have it once again. No, I think we should have in a big hall and with a greater attendance the same presentation. Definitely, we must have it again because there were a lot of disturbances.
Yeah, I do think I could have done a very good, better justice. And each of my videos, which I have put across, who had carried a lot of message. I'm so sorry today was something has gone wrong, and I think we should. I think every pediatrician should get this message, Dr. Sumita, because we are not doing justice to our preschool. There are a lot of meltdowns, lot of anxiety. You've seen in your clinic the change in the pediatric practice you all are having. I think we have to change. The Gen Z is fighting today. The kids in the roads are asking for better schools, better facilities. That's not it. We have to, I think Karnataka can put up a program of how we can even develop guidelines, I feel, of what we should do for emotional development in the first years of life. Because that seems to be just for each one of you. Go back and look into your own houses. You will see so many things. Watch every child and you'll see the sadness in them. And it's pathetic. When every child walks into and today my practice has become more of behavioral management in neurotypical kids than neurodivergent kids. There's so many parents who are struggling. In fact, I've started an Instagram. I don't know, you all can go. It's a fun, the Center for Child Development, where I put out simple things of what parents can do to their kids on a very daily basis, on very early years in life. And I think we need a national program, Dr. Sumita, on this. Believe me, because there are so many children suffering in this country. We are transgeneration. We have a transgeneration of trauma, which, the genes carried, the authoritarian parenting. See, in the olden time, it doesn't apply in the new social media. You see the changes. We also have to change ourselves, which is not happening. That's my problem.
Madam, you didn't talk about
Nagesh, go ahead.
Madam, you didn't talk about
Yeah.
She didn't talk about the effect of screen time on the emotional development.
It was there in the first. It was there in that DMN circuit. He showed you, no, the default. See, we are not allowing the default mode network to work. Even we are not. Leave alone that. It's bad for our health also. I mean, please read the default mode network. It's an amazing network, and there's a lovely book by Dr. Professor Cole, who's a neuroscientist and a psychiatrist. He says the body keeps the score. You will be so amazed when you read that book. I mean, everything is through our body, and
these formative years are very important, ma'am. Yeah, the first 5 years, these formative years are extremely important.
Yeah, what are we doing about it? We're not even monitoring milestones.
It's all or none phenomenon in the first 5 years.
Yes, we are what we are. We could have been much better. We don't know. We got better ideas, and but the present time it's even worse because of the screen and the disconnected. See, we were better off because we had joint families, we had grandparents, we had neighbors. There is no connection. We are so isolated. Isolation is the problem. But the brain is wired for social relationship even today. There is no, from parents to sibling to your bosses, your teachers, your colleagues, so many relationships. The children are not able to manage these days, causing attention problem, attention deficit. That's another topic which I want to address sometime with you all, that attention deficit hyperactive disorder is not so much as neurodivergent as what we are doing to our kids.
Dr. Geeta Patil, you raised the hand.
See that I think I put a question about that upper and lower brain emotion because there was a echoing going on, no? So it was very difficult.
The lower part of the brain is below the frontal cortex, prefrontal cortex, which takes care of flight, or freeze. And that's what our children are in most of the time. What do they do when they're upset? Either they cry, melt down, or they want to escape from the class, or they just give up. Even the upper brain is a thinking brain. They have to be connected. If you're not connected to unfortunately, trauma, when it happens or when emotion happens, we connect to the lower part of the brain. That means the body. It does. There is, you see, the whole thing is about the right brain, left brain. Right comes into emotion, and it requires the left is a logic. So the right sends the logic through the corpus callosum. That's why we say name and tame it. So when you name the emotion, the left brain takes over and gives a logical solution. That takes, for example, 10 seconds. A child needs, even when you ask a question or ask a child, say, put it on the table. Immediately it will not do. It takes 10 seconds for the brain to register. So this time lag which is there is what we need to connect the right and the left brain to give a logical end. That's what the left brain, the brain of the emotional brain, lower brain, and the upper brain is. And the second thing is the brain does not realize what is a trauma, which is like, for example, a tiger which comes in is the same thing as an examination paper. It doesn't say these two are two different things. It cannot differentiate that. It just says logically, I'm scared. So it's a very lovely subject, which I would want you all to understand. Sometimes need a little bit more time. I asked for 40 minutes, which was much less. This talk requires a little more time to explain to you all, which is worthwhile knowing. That's what I feel.
This may be for the caretakers also, no? Lower brain and upper brain.
No,
so
no. Caretakers, the caretakers dysregulate because of they stressed out, and they are punitive. See, when they become punitive, they become rigid, or they're chaotic. Chaotic means they're not regulated in the zones of regulation. So zones of regulation is good for children as well as the adults. The adult have to be, when you approach a child, if you're going with anger and this thing, you are frustrated. You are not going to become a co-regulator to the child. The child doesn't have a thinking brain. You are thinking for the child. That's a problem with the adult. The adult have to come in with calmness. They have to come in the green zone to say, okay, I have to be with my child. I have to calm my child. They themselves are so dysregulated. Now imagine in a class, preschool, where I want to say, you have one child to 25 children to a teacher. Can they connect with them? Imagine a child when it goes to a school, it could be hungry. It may not have a good sleep. It may have, seen a violent at home, some discord at home which happened. This child is coming to school with all this trauma. And will it learn? It's not in the zone of learning. And what is the school doing? The teacher also says the same thing. Oh, good for nothing. Doesn't you add to that? And every time you put the child down, as I told you, the brain of the child blames itself. I am not good enough. It does not blame the caretaker. It does not blame others. It just loses self-confidence. Every time withdraws. And that's what goes inside. The deeper and deeper we withhold our feelings, the more impact it has on our emotion to become whatever, depression, anxiety, all those things which is happening. And the children...
We have to label our emotions ourselves. We should identify our emotions
Absolutely.
and express.
Yeah, you have
a beautiful presentation, madam. Just Ravishankar, these technical errors becomes it very difficult to understand such an important session.
No, if you had given so many videos were there, if you had told me, I would have taken then only in the afternoon. And I
didn't
played
know.
myself
I didn't know
that
that I would not be able to present it. No, because I am very
didn't
bad
know.
at technology. This happens to me very bad. I'm very bad at technology. I can create a lot of technology stuff. I've created a whole lingo leap of early language development, but that is handled. I only use my domain expertise and tell them I want this, and they no, this is not right. You'd fix it for me. I'm not able to fix that. I'm very bad at that.
Yeah.
But in spite of this, we all regulated our emotions very well, ma'am.
No, but I think the last video summarized everything for you.
Beautiful.
Is it a true TED Talk or it was an AI generated?
No. True TED Talk. It's not AI generated. It is It is not now. It's many years old. It is about 6. It was about 6, 7. I had to fish out. I went through so many videos to put it for you. DMN video was amazing, and the upstairs, downstairs is just to tell you any which scares a child cannot make out. Is it the examination fear, or is it the fear of seeing a big dinosaur? The brain will register fear. That is the problem in a child's brain. So it's called neuroception. That means it deceives you. It goes on the past experience and then it says, this is the same experience. Oh God. That's what the brain does, It's an amazing. So I need a little more time to present this. If we can do it again, once more again, I'll be very happy to do it for you all very well.
Madam, it has to be done as a workshop. It cannot be done as
I was about to say that. It's a one-day workshop.
Do it in your pedicon. We can do a workshop on this in your pedicon,
It has to be split up into sections with the appropriate videos, and it has to be only then the message will go out in the right way, ma'am. Thank you so much. But I think we'll have to wrap up because we are running out of time. We've had a very long session.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. I deeply appreciate it.
Can we ask Dr. Samir's opinion? No, his comments?
Samir has, I'm not sure he's there because he had some personal commitment to attend to. He has requested that, he will be allowed to leave. But yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Pooja, for anchoring the session. Dr. Kushal, thank you. And it's over to you for...
Thank you, madam.
Any comments from Dr. Ravishankar before...
No, nothing. Already has been discussed like that. Thank you. So nice of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you.
Thank you.